Hey guys, Flying Ross here, bringing you another episode of Train Fever. Last time I showed you how to set up your first train route for passengers between one city and another. So I started a new map, a new city, so we could show you how to do pretty much everything in the game, but episode by episode. But right here, I'll show you that I have a productive line. I took out the full 10 million that you can take out, so the loan is 10 million that you take out total, and this is what I came out with. I like to lay my track double because that's how I'm going to use it later on in the game, later down the road. By like 1930s, 1940s, you're definitely going to want double track, if not even more. So this gives me a good setup to actually get more track, and you can see there's, out in the distance, there's lots of cities out there and lots of different places to go, things to connect. So what I want to do is show you how to set up your first cargo line. Now, if you look over here, you can see that if you go over to the overlays, you can highlight cargo and land use. And why you want land use is because you can tell then where the supplies are going. Here is the blue areas where the supplies are going. So we don't really need that anymore. But we do need cargo, and basically what this means is from this point, from this forest to the lumber mill to the city, takes 20 minutes. So that the goods can get there in 20 minutes, and you need to beat that time for them to start using yours. So right then now, this means that this by itself can do 20 minutes. Now, in the beginning, your little cart is not going to do 20 minutes unless you put a shit ton of carts on there, and then you might not be making money. So I have an idea that I can do right here early on the game, and what I want to do is link this oil field with this oil refinery and this oil field all together, but I'm going to use rail instead because rail is going to be a little bit faster. I could hook up this oil refinery later, and so what we'll do, we'll take oil to here, then oil, drop it off there, pick up oil there, drop it off there, and you're going to see it'll just be back and forth, and then it's going to drop it off here, selling the goods that it actually picks up. So first thing we want to build a cargo or freight station. So it's 2 tracks. So I'm going to lay down it because I do like having 2 tracks. And where do we want to aim it at? We don't want to aim it down the hill or up the hill. I can tell you that. So we're going to put that one there, and we're going to lay another one. Lay another one there, and we're going to upgrade this road here. Probably should have done that first over here as well. That's good. I see these train things kind of irritate, but let's go, and another train. Okay, what are we down to now? We got 1.88 mil. That should be good enough. And we're gonna put it right there. Okay, so let's get these tracks connected. Okay, so we got our line set up here. As you can see, we go from this oil field here to this oil refinery to this oil field. So what we'll do is we're going to set up a line that starts here, takes the oil to the oil field, then goes up here, picks up this oil, drops it off at the oil field again, picking up goods, then dropping off goods here and picking up oil. So this should work here. So let's get the new line set up. So we want oil field to production to oil field to production, and then it will start back here. Okay, so we now have our line, and we'll call this oil fields. Oil fields it is. Okay, now we'll go into our train depot. We're going to buy a train. We're going to use the new Borsig that I just got unlocked. Okay, so we need to get oil to there. Okay, so oil, this holds 5. So we're going to add, okay, there it is. We're going to add, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, that's a pretty good start. And then goods wagon, this carries 4. So we're going to do 4 and 4. I'm going to set the line for oil fields, and then hopefully this can produce. Now it's down to 9 minutes, and that's pretty good. 9 minutes for one train for goods is good. You're going to make money once the production actually starts, and that's the key thing, is that this production's not going to start until the line actually starts getting used. This line usage right here, it says line usage no. So right now there's nothing being used. See, now this is saying yes. Is this saying yes? Okay, so that's saying yes, and that's saying yes, and this one's saying yes now. So now we have both oil wells producing, and you can see we could definitely increase the size of this freight train later on. But once it starts producing, the oil will move over to here to the station, wait at the station to be taken to the oil refinery. Then the oil refinery will produce the product. Now we will pick up product here, but we have our own product cars. But we'll get up here to this oil well, and this oil well will then give us some more oil. And you see this limit, it says 2 out of 25 right now. This gets upgraded over time. As you can see also right here, it says no upgrade or downgrade scheduled. And there's our first little oil droplet going. Now what that means is that if you have a good enough line running to support the more production, they will actually produce more. I've seen as high as 200. I don't know if it will go higher than that. I'm gonna say that it probably will. 200 I got in like 1920s, so if we get to year 2000, I'm just gonna suspect that it would be a whole lot more. So we have our first oil going to be dropped off, and then we can look at our cargo right here. So our very first oil picked up, boom. Now, so it's already, now it's producing, look, watch, production 4 now, okay? So it's already climbing up because now it knows it's getting utilized within that 20 minutes. We already have some cargo there. Oh, it disappeared. Yo. There was cargo there. Interesting enough. It just disappeared. But now we'll drop off the oil, and it will make its way over to the oil fields. And then we'll just fast forward this little bit, and then you'll come back and see what the finished line looks like. Okay guys, we're back, and we have it set up. Now we have a second train running on here with, he only has 3 and 3, but so he can transport 12 goods, and this is just to increase the time and everything. I might actually send him back to the depot to get him actually fitted out with another goods truck or not, because look at this, we have a good amount of goods waiting. We have these trains on opposite schedules right now, meaning that they are hitting the far stations relatively the same time. They once in a while they're going to cut and they meet in the middle. But what we wanted to do is, what happened is that since we had this oil producing so much, the oil field didn't producing fast enough. We weren't transporting fast enough, so what they were doing is transporting down here. Now we get money for everything that we transport, so we don't want that. Like, we just got 95,000 for dropping off 12 goods. Now we're picking up oil, and we're now dropping it off at the field. And our other train is now full, almost 13 out of 16 slots filled. So actually our trains might be doing just fine right now. It's better to have them filled than empty. So once this train gets to there, they're going to drop off goods. We're going to get money. I think we should get money for the oil dropping off as well. The one thing is, it does not pick up the goods on the way to the oil field, which I guess makes sense, because then you're not hauling it when you don't need to. But yeah. Yep, we got money for dropping off the oil. That's, yep, thought we did. But that's what we want. You know, we want money like every single stop. Like, we're picking up something, we're dropping off. We're picking up something, we're dropping off. And 112,000 right there. And so, like, you know, we made a very decently productive line. it's not, we're not earning a crap ton of money right now. We're only earning 210,000, but for 210,000 for 1868 for goods line, and we're doing 5 minutes. So I gotta say that's actually pretty good timing, and I'm not too disappointed in that, especially with how slow the trains actually are. And what I think I'm gonna do is extend this line over here, so then it's gonna be oil field, oil refinery, oil field, or refinery, and then this one will sell here, and then we'll just have back and forth, back and forth. I think that might be a decent idea. And then we could even have it stop on the way back. Yeah. And also, I did change out my engines and my what do you call it, the cars for the passengers. So now each train's holding a little bit more, and it's hovering at 1.3 million. A little bit faster too, 5 miles an hour faster. But again, see, these trains are meeting up in the middle here, but this is a lot farther away. But we have one train heading there, one train heading back, and we already got 32 people waiting there, and that's what we'd like to see, and 21 waiting there. So that's pretty much how you do it. And this is, I mean, this is the simplistic stuff 101. I mean, the supply chain is very easy to tell, like, requirements. Oil produces products you need to get to the city. Over here is steel. So iron and coal product, boom. So, and you can see right here, this coal factory is actually trying to transport it because it takes under 20 minutes to the steel mill, but they don't have any ore, so that's what we need to give them. So, until next time, this is Flying Ross. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button, hit subscribe, and please do leave any comments below. Good, bad, and different. If you're, one guy today said the quality of the videos were going down, but for some reason he's helping me out figure out what's wrong with it. I am getting a new computer. You're gonna have an entire new setup here. It's 970 for the win. Graphics card, 4 gigabytes there, 16 gigabytes of 2400 hertz RAM. It's gonna be a fun computer to play around with. And especially since this computer is basically, it's 5 years since I bought it, but it's really like 6 years technology. So hopefully we'll be having some better videos coming out. Until then, as always, I'm the Flying Ross. Check you guys later.